Thinking,
My
oh, we're
God.
live. Oh, we're live. Hey,
Oh,
welcome to Stitching
right.
the Miles
Yay.
Together. I'm Heather from Heather Spins a Yarn, and my co-host over there, my yarny
Is
bestie,
Nikki from Know Nikki. Hi.
or Nicole. I'm the only one that's allowed
Sure.
to call her Nicole. I'm pretty sure that like everyone else calling her
Besides my
Nicole.
mother.
Yeah, you don't really like it when she calls you Nicole. I love you, Nana.
Right.
I know it took me a long time. Like, there's somebody that's Dana but spells their name weird. You're like, oh no, that's Deanna. That's my mom. But anyways, am I doing introductions today? Are you? Where can we find us at?
I am all over the place at Know It All Nikki, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, not LinkedIn,
I am Heather
TikTok.
Spins. Oh, TikTok. Yes, I am Heather Spins Yarn on TikTok too. The only place that I'm not Heather Spins Yarn is on Twitter. But I really feel like that's not going to be a thing after a while. But I don't.
We're not worried about it. Nah.
And
It's just going to implode on itself.
So, and I do want to tell you, please don't be concerned. Nicole is not coming to us live from jail. She's at the
Come
library.
on.
Oh, you really wanted to?
I did.
Yeah. So, yeah, we talked about the podcast, like because we are really on it, guys. We were excited. We know we're gonna have 3 shows this month. We like extensive show notes. I mean, it's an unscripted show, but we have to have talking points because we're both from the Midwest.
Heather is excited. Heather is on it. That's what it is.
Heather is feeling so much better. This is day 7 or 8 with the new formulary. And I was looking up stuff and like that still small, sorrowful voice that was in the back of my head for like the last 6 months, like is gone. Like it was a poof, she just went away. And a lot of this was like side effects from Singular in general, but like from like I think that I was getting not enough of the good things and a lot of the bad things very slowly building up over the last 2 years. Yeah, I mean, heart craziness, like everything is gone. Like I am still going off to get my labs tomorrow. I'm going off island to get my labs done and everything, but I mean, I'm feeling so much better. I mean, still tired and still like, being compliant. But you understand, like, I mean, not all viewers may understand, but I know that you understand the importance of getting the right meds, the right combination, and the right formularies. Like,
Yes, I do.
It was somebody was like, what? You weren't able to get your meds for the last 2.5 years? Like, no, that's not it at all.
No, that's not what I said.
So, anyways, welcome to Stitching Miles Together, where Nicole and I talk about mostly yarny stuff, but other things too. And this is just a really unscripted but guided podcast with the two of us. If you're watching live, thank you.
Meditation. Nobody relaxes.
What's that?
No, I said it's like guided meditation. I mean, nobody relaxes.
Oh yeah, nobody relaxes. It's kind of relaxing. I am drinking coffee. Funny story. 2 days ago, I drank a late night cup of coffee and I was really couldn't sleep, so it made me tired the next day. So the next day, yesterday when I got home from work, I decided I was going to have a late night cup of coffee, and I made this whole really awesome story. It was pretty cool, wasn't it? I sent it to you and Amira. Those are the only 2 people I sent it to. I did not actually send it. And I was like, and I can't get that back. I was like, it was so awesome, and it was there. Yeah, they both laughed. So, my engagement rate was 100%.
See, those are the kind of numbers you want to, put out there.
I got some good interactions. It sparked conversations. Clearly, I needed that coffee, but it was kind of like, so here I am.
No, here's the thing. You needed the coffee before you did that.
I did.
By the time you decided to make the coffee, you should have already drank the coffee.
Yeah, you're true. This is true. So today I'm drinking my coffee at 4, but I normally have a coffee when we have podcast days, so it's really happy to the world. So
yeah, I am waiting until we're done with podcast to start eating and whatnot. For those of you who don't know, I do intermittent fasting. It has pretty much changed the way I do a lot of things, but I'm just working with my body's regular eating schedule, pretty much. So, not really doing anything different, but it does change the way I look at what I want to eat. So, We're not, yeah. Although Thanksgiving was a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
It's
might have
difficult.
helped in some ways.
I mean, no.
No, it didn't. Okay. I don't know. I just know you're like, oh, I got it. It's like, because sometimes folks, let me tell you that she gets a little hangry when it's time for her, like when it's well past time for her, like, like
And I am one of those people that forget to eat until it's way too late. And Heather understands this because Heather does
the
it
Snickers
too.
bar. Oh, we could have made many a Snickers bars commercial, like when we were taking
Absolutely.
trips. Oh yes,
Okay.
like
Okay.
I'm gonna throw one at her.
All right. So what are we
Um,
talking about today?
so today, I do want to remind people, if you're watching the replay on YouTube and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. We need to get
We're
to
ti-
200 followers. What?
I was about to say we're tired of Zuckerberg and his shit, but
Yeah. And if
I
you
said
are
it.
watching, you did it. Yeah, and there's a quarter in
Now
my jar. It's all good. We're not in, and it's just we have plans. So
we do.
we have big plans. I know. So we have 3 podcasts in the month of December, since we are hello December 1st. So I am the Christmas teas have broke out.
I don't. Oh, next. You know what? Next podcast, I will wear my one and only Christmas T-shirt. That's cute. I like that, and I get it. It's
I'm
Star
glad you
Wars,
did. I
right?
had to explain it to somebody, and it was just not as funny when you had to explain it. If I am not dressed in Christmas clothes, I am dressed like a Christmas elf. I love the holiday season, and it is just such a good.
I have been promised that I will get to decorate all my little heart desires this year.
That would be awesome. I know I need the trees in the back of my truck that my husband has. So so yeah. So I'm going to set up on a bar stool right now. But all right. So what are you working on today?
Same thing I've been working on every day, Pinky. Um,
I think you said almost not every podcast, but we did. Yeah, that should be like I had someone doing it.
trying to knit this blanket.
Oh wait, I'm gonna post on Instagram.
What are
So
you
okay,
doing? Oh, you're
what am
going
I
to
working on?
Instagram.
So I'm really excited because for those of you who don't know, I'm a crochet designer. Nicole knows this. She's been keeping my. I'm a knitwear designer too, but I have my first published pattern was overlapping life, and
I really like how it's shaping up this time.
it's definitely worth it. So I'm going to put a link down below after we're all done, or actually I could probably try to pop it in while we're doing this now. Overlapping life is a pattern that is on Ravelry. I've done several modifications to the pattern. I've done some tweaking because originally overlapping life started as a choose your own adventure. So I kind of like gave you the schematic and like the breakdown, and so you could pick whatever yarn you wanted and whatever size you wanted. But what I found is people don't really like to choose their own adventure that way. I mean, it's had a lot. There's been many people have purchased it, and everything, but like I think that not some like they just a little bit more guidance, and so
We need structure, Heather.
structure is a good structure, that's an excellent word.
Look,
So
I'm in a library, so I feel smart today.
osmosis.
Exactly.
My science teacher said that wouldn't work. See, look at we're proving science wrong. My algebra teacher also told me that I would not be carrying around a calculator with me for the rest of my life. Hello, sir.
Yeah, look who's eating crow now.
My kindergarten teacher also, because we had 3 left-handed students and 1 pair of left-handed scissors, told me that I was right-handed because I talk too much. So yeah, this is crazy. Apparently, yeah, I had this conversation.
Okay. Anyways.
So overlapping life is it is it's gone through some modifications. So I love this band that I have created. Very awesome, and it's got a different join. So I had to get the numbers just right and everything. And so I can actually so overlapping life is a mouthful. Is going to be or is in the process of being tech edited. I have an appointment set up with my tech editor to review the new
See how important
changes.
she is now, guys? She has a tech editor.
You know, right? My
I
husband was
can't even get a proof. I don't even have a proofreader.
so look. How's that look? Does that look awesome? Everyone always is like, I can't believe that's crochet. Trust me, it is. It eats up a y'all. I will apologize, y'all, for the amount of yarn that it eats up, but this brim is worth it. There'll be the other standard brim will still be in there. But my big surprise and my gift for all of our viewers, and then anyone else afterwards, because I will definitely share this out, is if you would like to get Overlapping Life right now for free on Ravelry, you can. You just need to use the coupon code TECHEDIT, all one word, all in caps. We'll make sure that it's available somewhere. You'll be able to get the details for that.
Is that going to be for the whole month?
It's going to be until the tech editing and the testing is done. I don't know when that's going to be, but as soon as I know. Related, I'm going to need some testers for this is a DK weight pattern. So I'm going to need some testers. So if you are a crocheter that is an adventurous beginner or beyond, this is for you. Not that this should not be your first hat pattern. That's because it's just
no.
You could be your first hat pattern once you crochet the hat pattern, but it's for a tester. It just should not be your first hat pattern. It's a little bit, So this so it's going to be free. And then once I update the pattern, you know how you get pattern updates in Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that got the pattern Overlapping Life 2.0 will just be an update. So you will get the new version of the pattern, but you only get it for free. Yes.
No. Go ahead. I'll wait till the end. But I don't want to remember. I have something. Okay.
Just go. I was pretty much done. So yeah. So I don't know when it's going to be done. So if you want to do a quick holiday thing, and then we're going to have some sit and stitches, and I'm always available via text, not text, direct message. You can. Yeah, I'm not giving out my text number. But yeah. So
wow.
Go get the pattern. You can kind of choose your own adventure. And then once I release it, you're going to get this version of Overlapping Life. And so you'll learn how to do the fancy new brim and all the little detailing. And it's going to be well worth it. So I'm very excited. It's my Christmas gift to all of you. So yes, Nicole.
I have been holding this in since you said that the hat is going through modifications. And I was like, nuh-uh, it's evolving because life evolves.
That is so good. Yay. I love it. It's evolved. Yes. Because, okay, I have to go get it now. It's very well worn, but I'll be right back.
Oh God, she's leaving me alone with the people.
I'm leaving you all alone, but I can hear you keep talking.
Oh boy. Okay. Hi. I am not in prison yet.
Okay, so this is the very first Overlapping Life that I did. I think one of them. So, still awesome.
Still awesome.
It's super cute, and I'm going to have the different versions. I'm going to work out all the numbers so that people can have them. Still awesome, but the brim is just, like I said, this is just.
You guys, you don't understand how much she's been going on and on and on and on about this brim.
It's
you don't understand.
I know. It's just everyone's like, oh, that looks really good, and I'm like, I know it's really good.
I know it is really good.
It's so excited. So yeah, so today I am working on this. I actually so this was there's a yarn shop called For You. She's based in Oberlin, Ohio, which we have somewhere local to go, somewhere awesome to go. I'm super excited because we can go there, and it's an amazing inclusive space. If you are anywhere near Oberlin, Ohio, you really need to go see Lisa at For You. I can tell
she's got to stay open long enough for me to get to Ohio.
I was very excited because last night she was short of her goal for November for $60. She posted this on Instagram, so this is public knowledge. And so she posted it on Instagram, and 3 people had placed orders of more than $300, so she was able to pass her goal. She's got amazing, I mean, like, she's really good prices and stuff like that. I mean, it's a yarn store, you definitely. So this is the yarn. I love it. It's so squishy. This is a BFL non-super wash, but I'm waiting for another ball to come because I don't have a lot. I know I'm not. If I have enough, it's going to be just enough. So the hat does eat up the yardage, but it's really okay.
Now, see, if I would have been in Ohio, she would have had no worries about falling short. Heather would have just tagged me in that post, and I'd have been like, oh, let me just hop on over there.
Yeah. Well, and it was nice because this weekend she was offering different things for like Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and she was offering free shipping like all of Thanksgiving weekend. So I was able to, so she does ship. And so I'm really excited to see how I love getting yarn email. So this is Forest Lane Yarn Company. They are doing they're doing a,
Oh, I like their emblem.
Isn't that super? So she's Forest Lane Yarn Fiber Company, like all one word, I think on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram now. And it was like everything in the store was like inside my head, like it was like all these dyers that I really wanted to so do you want me? I have everything right here if you want to see, because I don't actually think you saw. Did you see?
You never
Well, because
showed me.
So what happened was it was a really impromptu visit. I realized that she was in Overland, Ohio. It was the good Lord. The good Lord sent me to the yarn shop, Nicole. And we connected over. We talked about Jesus a little bit. It was great.
And did you and is that what you told your husband, that the Lord sent you there?
My husband, I went to a yarn store and he said, "Did you get sock yarn?" And I said, "Yes."
See,
because I went for a skein and sock yarn. Because next year, I really like the knit 2 socks in 1 method. We talked about that last time. I gave a pretty good review of that. So we did talk about that last year. So I do want to knit myself socks.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later on. So I decided, since I was going home for my daughter's baby shower, I wanted to get like a souvenir skein of sock yarn. Look at me. I'm getting souvenir yarn. Aren't you proud? She's been dying for this day.
I'm very proud of you.
So I guess, her face is going to fall off when I show you guys all the yarn I got. So
you get my bucket.
Well, I had just come off. I got done with the craft sale the craft show that I had told you I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I sold many a snowman, and I started making these kits are going to be available later on. So I'm going to have a knit kit version too. So look, there's one.
Ooh.
And I found rainbow lights.
Okay, I don't really see the rainbow, but I'm going to take your word.
You know what? I have a picture. I took a picture and sent it. So the rainbow version are going to be Knit the Rainbow. Part of the proceeds for that.
Oh yeah, love it. I love that.
So Knit the Rainbow, you can look them up on Instagram, and they are a group that distributes warm materials to LGQB. I don't get all the numbers. I always do it wrong.
LGBTQ plus.
Yes. So they help them. They have a really great mission. And so part of the proceeds from all of my rainbow ones are going to, and I have the pattern all written up. Very easy.
Nice.
And then I'll sell kits. Or you can,
But you're just going to make me one and send it to me, right?
Yeah, I'm making you one and sending it to you in the box. Don't worry about the box. So cute. They can be also, so it's part of the proceeds for that. And then the white ones are my niece's house, or not her house, her apartment above her caught fire. And so the Sunday before Thanksgiving, she wasn't able to come to the baby shower. And so she had renter's insurance, thank goodness, but she's looking for a place to live, and you have to save up you have to save up all these things when you're doing stuff. So part of the proceeds for the month of December from the kits and any of them I sell are going to go to my niece Santasia, and I'll have a write up of that on the blog, so that way she can get that money for that. And then I have another one once they get here. I have another style of this ornament that's not a peace sign that she inspired, and it's going to be phenomenal. So So yeah, so look for these this weekend, like patterns and then kits. I should be able to get them out, quickly, so that you can use them for the
Where?
holidays.
Where are they going to find the kits? Where are you going to
Uh,
post them?
I don't know if I'm just going to try to sell them on or not on Ravelry, on Instagram. Like people can do it through there because I don't know if that was part of my website that we set that up when we were setting up my website. I don't remember. I think we picked a theme that we could add stuff in. I may look into Etsy, but I don't honestly know. I know it gets kind of pricey to post things on Etsy too, so I don't know.
I will
But on Instagram,
help you and sort that out.
okay, on Instagram, I will tell you where we can find them this weekend. So by the end of the weekend, I will have all that stuff live. I just had to make sure I got all my stuff in the mail before I started doing all the things. So,
Man, this means that Nikki needs to get to work.
but this was already a pre-planned thing. I knew this was going to happen about that just because I was making them and selling them as fast as I was making. Oh, thank you, Leslie. She said, that sounds great. All right, so
Hi, Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie, Blue Eyed Photography. She's here. All right, so this was the Forest Lane Yarn Company. So I bought one while I was there, and
Yes.
this is a DK. This is called Olive Colorway. It's a BFL DK. It's 100% non-superwash blue face Leicester, and there's 146 yards in here. So I'm not going to need much of the next skein. So you could probably get like a mommy and me, or like a little one and a big hat, like out of the way. So or something. I'm going to play around with it and see what else I can get out of the rest of the yardage. But, we'll see.
She'll find something.
I told her if I don't need it, I won't be sad. This stuff is just, it is so deliciously squishy, Nicole. It's not super soft, but Blue Face Leicester like softens up once you soak it and wear it. But it's a hat. It's like most of it, so I'm not worried about like that. So.
Right. You see my sticker?
Yes, I think you showed it to us on the last one.
I don't remember. And I have these guys over here, my llamas.
Awesome. What are they saying?
OMG and WTF.
Oh, Leslie said she loves the sticker.
I got it at my local bookstore. We have a wonderful bookstore in town. And they have all kinds of stickers. And they are very much supportive of the LGBTQ community, and they are supportive of women's rights, all kinds of things.
She's read some awesome stickers off there. It's like, so like I told you, I went inside the store, and it was like she went and like Lisa went inside my head and pulled out all my favorite people. And you know how much I love Birdie Parker designs. Like she does all the jewelry and stuff like that. And so this is the
wow.
This is the leather band that she makes for the for the iPad. And I wanted one, and so I was really excited because, like I said, I did really well at the craft night before, so I was able to use my proceeds to be able to reinvest in myself. Like that's what there we go. And it fits really nice.
You rewarded yourself.
I did, because I have more stuff.
Job well done.
So I mean, and I hardly ever do that. I know you told me you were really proud when I told you I got stuff, but it's been a long week. Nicole and I have really hardly spoken this week or last week because I was at my daughter's house for the baby shower, and then we did Thanksgiving on Tuesday, and then we brought my granddaughter with me home through Sunday, and the tooth fairy came to our house and brought $5 a tooth. Like that's not a first tooth. This is just she doesn't have very many left. It's one that she was like, "Ooh, it's slightly wiggly," and she ripped it out of her face in the middle of the night.
I'm gonna have to take out a loan when I have grandchildren.
Well, thankfully, the tooth fairy doesn't come visit very often, and I could have totally just not tapped the tooth fairy in, but Mom redirected to the island. So this is the sock yarn that I went in for. This is by Superfine Yarn Company. I'm very sad about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode, but Sarah announced that she is going out of business.
You just told me this the other day, so I know.
Okay, so we did not. So Superfine Yarn Company, I love her. She's got a good eye for color. This is her Romney sock. So there's 400 yards, plenty enough to make myself a pair of socks and then some. and look at these. I mean, it's called October. Isn't that like perfect for October? I mean, in person, I took a picture. It was a fall picture, and I held this up to it, and it's like got all the greens, and I mean, like it's got like we're in October where everything's just starting to change. Take this picture. You can just.
That's beautiful.
So I thought this would be really nice. So this is called October. So Sarah's going out of business. I'll put links below. She was the first person that I was wearing overlapping life when I went to the Woolly Festival. Is that the one that I went to? And Nicole, bless her heart, talked me like down. Like I was like, I wanted to run. I don't do things by myself. My husband's like, would you want me to go with you? I'm like, no, because I won't. I'm not gonna. I'll rely on him. He's like I don't know. It's hard to explain when you don't have.
The husbands, they humor us with the yarn.
Yes, when I couldn't and I wouldn't really want to be, he would just be. So, anyways, Sarah.
He was just going to be in your way.
He was, and I needed to do it by myself. And so Sarah was nice, and she was the first person. She commented on my hat, and then she bought 35 patterns of overlapping life. Like she bought them, so she could make kits. Super awesome, super excited about that. So
I hope she sold out.
I hope she did too. I don't know. I should ask her. What I did tell her though was when she announced she was going out of business, I said I really need to get a sweaters quantity of something from you because I design with a lot of her stuff.
This is the summer of sweaters.
Yeah. Well, I want to get her this. I want to get a sweaters quantity of something from her. So, but she still has stuff on her website. So please, if you want some really amazing yarn, you should buy as much as you can.
You want to buy Nikki some yarn?
If you want to buy Nikki some yarn, Nikki takes a size anything. A sweater's quantity.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's
dark colors, please.
Yes. So I got the skein of sock yarn, which is what I went in for. And then I got then it took a while because I was going around and stuff like that. So this is Kelborn Woolens. This is their scout yarn. It's 100% wool, 274 yards, 100 grams. This is like a size 3, so it's like a DK weight yarn as well. I like DK weight yarn. It's got a nice drape to it. It's good for it's not too thick or whatever. But this has got it's very hard color.
Can you just give it to me?
So I have four.
Come on, Heather. Come on. I know you can do it.
I know what I'm going to make with it. It's another one of the designs because what I'm doing is Overlapping Life will be re-released, but then I have a series of patterns that I'm working on with an ebook that are going to be all released together this spring. So
that's it. Heather's writing the book before Nikki does.
I've thrown the gauntlet. You have until whatever,
Yeah, but it's not going to be.
You've been yelling at me for years.
I have been yelling at you for years, but not for a pattern book.
So I'm very excited for this. So I have 4 skeins of this yarn, and it is amazing. I've always wanted to try Kelborn Woolens. I was very excited for that. And it was funny because I told Lisa there was no pressure the whole time. She showed me where everything was, how everything was set up, and then just kind of went and did her thing. She's like, if you need help with anything, let me know. So yeah. Okay, and then she had a sale bin. I didn't dig around in there first, but when I was there, I looked down.
I love the sale bins.
Me too. This is not doing this color any justice at all because this is called Tupelo Honey. And
Heather, I'm going to recommend that you please go to Instagram after this and either do just a picture post or do a reel that I can go back and pet occasionally.
Okay. This is 100% superwash merino. It is by Knitted Wit. It's their worsted. It is super squishy. It is super awesome. It's very warm in person. It
almost looks like pumpkin pie to me.
It is a deeper orange, but it is. I'm trying to see if I can. Yeah, I'll have to take a picture and see if I can get a good picture of it. It's one of these ones. It's almost it's got orange undertones. It's showing up to me yellow on the screen where I'm seeing it, but it is like the honey is very apt. It's just very warm and yummy, like a fall. And I know exactly what I'm making, designing with this one.
Oh,
also,
nice.
so yeah, so these are all things, like I said, they're going to be nice, fun things that I'm going to keep for me, but I'm reinvesting in the business to, you know, I'm tired of people, Nicole, yelling at me.
What now? Heather, I'm just trying to be a good cheerleader.
You are.
I'm so excited. I just spit. I'm just trying to be supportive.
Oh, and while I was at the craft show, this is a wine bottle bag. This is a wine bottle bag but I use it for my knitting.
Of course,
I can hook it on the hook at work, and it's long and narrow because I'm not working on anything big. So your yarn, look, are you watching?
I'm watching.
And it's made out of old sail, so yarn just drops right in. Project just drops right in, and then when you're knitting and crocheting, I was knitting with it too. This is a really good sock bag with the one skein project. It just stays and rolls around in there, and because it's a sail bag, it's a little bit more water resistant. Made out of sail. So
Heather just walks around and knits.
I do walk and knit and crochet. That's just something. But at work, I need to hook something. There's hooks behind my counter, and so I have a project, and so this tucks right in there, real nice. So yeah. So
I would be torn between yarn and wine, but I figure it out.
Well, I mean, where are you carrying you carrying wine around and get you a ticket? It'll happen.
Well, Alaska is a different place.
Oh, yes. So if anybody would like a wine bottle bag, one of our local artisans, her name is Jill. She makes them, and I can definitely facilitate that. I can be your middleman because I don't think she has a website. Her stuff is really neat because a lot of people donate. So these are all sails that have been used to sail around in Lake Erie, and she cuts all these out with her. She's got like a cricket, but not a cricket. It's the brother version of a cricket. So because she was asking me about the stuff, we were talking shop one time. So
did you see that Cricut has heat presses now?
Yes, and I do want that. I need a whole setup in my craft room. So let's see here. So let's see.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Yes. Oh, is that all I got? Okay, see, but when you hold it all together, hang on.
She's like, but wait.
Oh wait, and then she gave me a bunch of samples because I bought, because she was just, I said I came for some sock yarn, and she was like, okay. And she was very like, she's showing me everything. And then I put all the stuff on the counter, and she was like, oh hello, wow. Like, you know, she was just blown away. Very appreciative, very, you know, like, very, you know, and I was like,
meanwhile,
well, I did well at the craft show, and I guess this is what so I got my little watch band, but this is my old watch band. So then she gave me, so here's her card. I will definitely put it on there.
For you.
I'm going to flip it around real quick.
Nice. Very nice.
And this is a nice card. She gave me some extras, so I will pop in your thing. But she gave me some, like, different, she gave me some samples of soap and some samples of Eucalan because she is an equal opportunity soaker, I think is what she said.
And she's right. I am too. But I do love soap. Oh man.
Okay,
so now, if you're listening,
if anyone's listening, yes, we should
talk.
Soap
is listening. We should talk. Oh, okay, that's right. Yes, I'm thinking one skein of each, and here Heather is with like.
So I had one skein of this. Because she asked at the end. I had been thinking about getting it, and I went with Hillborn Woolens, and because I actually didn't know anything. I mean, I saw her on Instagram once, but I was like, I am 3. Just tried soak. Yuzu was my favorite. So I got 4 of these, which so this is to do what I want it to do, and this is. In so many podcasts, there's like 274 yards. So like a short sleeve sweater or a sweater vest or something. And then These were the only two she had of these, but this is going to be a cowl. New
Nice.
cowl, kind of.
Is
Cowl,
it
I don't know the
a new
right word
design?
for it. What's that?
A new design?
A new design. And this is also going to be a new design.
Don't you have cowls in that color already? Or similar?
No. I have a sweater that color, but it's a little bit oranger than that. And a sample that I did for something that I didn't actually finish the storyboard for, which I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, I'm just gonna do it all myself. I'm not all myself, but I think instead of like, you know, yeah, I'm just.
I mean, Heather has me for moral support, but.
And then, you know, like I said, my one skein of sock yarn. I think this is just going to be a vanilla kind of sock. I don't know that I'm going to do anything special or anything. I just want to make myself socks and, you know,
just socks.
I just need some socks. And then this skein of yarn that actually, I have another skein of this yarn coming because I may run out of it. So I told my husband, I'm like, I might run out. I think I need to order more yarn. I need to order another skein of yarn. And he said, okay. So Yuzu Soak is Leslie's favorite.
I've never heard of them.
Not I either. So, okay, so I did also get in the mail the latest episode of Vogue Knitting. I'm pretty positive that I canceled my subscription, so now I have to go look and make sure that they didn't like charge my credit card. So,
of course,
there is a pattern in here. So we talk. 2023 is just around the corner, folks.
Yeah, I just posted a picture to Instagram with my, not so much my feelings, but just a statement.
I see. I'm going to have to go check that out.
You are going to have to go check it out.
So I want to show you. And I have plans. I always have plans for things, like what I'm going to do. It doesn't always happen.
Always has plans.
I do. It's just the nature of my brain.
But what I love is when you make plans and they don't work out, or they don't come to fruition, especially like in your crafting, you're like, okay, and you will move on.
Just carry on. I know. I was like, how does that not like?
And me. Well,
you know what?
I am not the same.
It's maybe
not cut from the same cloth.
You know, I found that I need to. I have, and a friend of mine said she laughed and was like, oh my gosh, same. I have what I want to call rigid flexibility and unplanned spontaneity. So, like,
don't you mean planned spontaneity?
No. Oh yeah, planned spontaneity, not unplanned. Planned spontaneity. Yeah, you're right. See. So
I'm in a library. I feel smart today.
I told you, osmosis is working for you, my friend. So I think that that's. I'm okay with having a plan, but I know sometimes the plans don't always work out. I think maybe that has to do a lot with my faith too. I didn't always used to be that way. I did. Yeah, I know that was double negatives. I'm late in the day for me. So, but I feel like that's where I am in life. That is looking so squishy and delightful. Oh my goodness.
But I don't know if you can see the sparkle.
I can actually. Normally I can't, but yeah, I can definitely see it.
Good. Okay.
I'm excited to see that grow.
So the sparkle is going to kind of weave in and out of it because, I mean, obviously when I'm knitting with the darker knits or with the darker color, this is like an ombre. The second is an ombre. And that's where my sparkle comes from.
Okay.
So I think when the colors are brighter, it'll be easier to see, maybe, in the yarn. I'm guessing. Totally see the sparkle. Thank you, Leslie.
So
I'm just glad that you move on. I'm getting there, Heather. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. You and your don't worry. It's fine. Nikki, it's okay. Nicole, it's gonna be good.
I'm glad. I'm rubbing off on you. In another decade, you'll be like me, and I'll just be so loosey-goosey. It won't matter.
We have the same coffee mug.
Oh, you have the same coffee mug today? Cheers. Oh, wait. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's going to be the screenshot.
We're idiots. No, what we need to do is go like this.
Tink. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on.
Did you get it? Yeah.
Tink. I'll just grab
We're
it.
dorks.
We're done. Anyways, so yeah, today's the title on Facebook is "It's going to be a December to Remember." Remember when the Toyota commercial was?
Yes.
I'm sure Toyota's going to come after us now, but I'll change it. So
Okay.
I got the latest. So I like the plan. I'm slowly grabbing Nicole on the plan thing, and she's like, I'm like, who cares if it doesn't work out? It's good to have goals. Like, even if it's good for your brain to make goals, to like look forward to things. This is like scientifically proven. Oh, look at
Yes.
like taking care of it. I just love this manicure. Sorry. Related, if you like Color Street or you want to try Color Street, I'm having a Color Street party. Hit me up.
Heather can hook you up.
I can give you the hookup. So I really think this sweater is super awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Is that not a Heather sweater or what?
That is a Heather sweater.
I'm
not a
I'm
Nikki
not gonna lie. I would say I'm not gonna wear it with a tutu, but I can't put restrictions like that in my life.
I mean, I kind of like the tutu.
Isn't
I think I'm more excited about the tutu.
I might not wear the cowl because this is gonna be a really warm sweater. So this is a bulky weight sweater. So I really think that this winter, I think I want to. I really
you would be perfectly dressed in Alaska. I am not even kidding right now.
I have like my little I have my Doc Martens. My husband gets them out of the attic for me. So yeah. So I really I think I want to make this. So if there are anyone else that got the Vogue Knitting Winter 2022-23, like if you got this or you want to get from your library or whatever, I propose that maybe in February. We do maybe a Vogue, like it's just a sweater along or something, or some sort of bulky like weight something, like I don't even know, like a treat yourself. It doesn't even have to be, and you can use work on progress. So you know, Winston.
Wasn't in the show notes, Heather.
But I just came with it. That popped in my brain. See, so it's like squirrel. But I wanted to show you that wasn't the show notes.
Spontaneity.
So I know plan spot. All right. Well, things that we did talk about in the show. After, hang on, stand by. I just keep putting my coffee, and I know it's a brown carpet, but I don't.
Oh dear. Why do you shouldn't put your coffee on the floor? You shouldn't put your coffee on the floor.
My husband has my car, and then my car has my table.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm not. This is not how it's supposed to be set up today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find where I spilled the coffee, so apparently it just flipped over just a little bit. It wasn't like bad. It was just the lid's on, so that's why I got the travel mug. But when my flipped out, so one thing that I have been wanting to do for a couple years is a temperature blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to Nicole about this.
And I've seen more temperature scarves than blankets. I've seen people do the temperature scarves or the weather scarves where it's like, you know, on this day it's sunny, this color, blah, blah, blah. But no, Heather's gonna we're going big. Or we're going nowhere.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to do like a temperature scarf, we could, or a temperature shawl, because we could start off do like a real generic. That actually might be fun. Do a real generic pattern, like where it just grows, and then would that be so many ends to weave in? Not that we're not going to have, but
no, we're going to go for the blanket.
But okay, so
but your blanket doesn't have to be like king size. It could be like just like a lap blanket. It doesn't have to be ginormous.
And I think for me, instead of doing like a row across, like we've talked about, I've seen ones where, oh, and by the way, many thanks to Nicole, you created a Pinterest board that I need to.
I did, and so I will. So it's public, and I want to say you just go to my Pinterest, which is Know It All Nikki.
We'll put the link down below.
Yeah.
In both places, either on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are.
And then you guys can see just how weird I really am. But it's a public Pinterest board, so you can go and check out some of the things that I have already pinned. Somebody, I don't remember who she is, but Heather said she'd heard of her. Just great tutorial on doing a temperature blanket. I mean, she's got the end-all, be-all guide. Yes. I couldn't write it better. So, yeah. but now So we've decided to do this, I believe. I'm
Yes.
not Heather's not dragging me kicking and screaming, but
Well, there's like I'm gonna do squares, I think, because then I'm gonna join as I go. Like, but
okay.
it's gonna start off small, but like a square is manageable.
I honestly think I might go diagonal.
You did send me that one. I thought that was really fun.
Hmm. I like that. I'm not gonna. I'm telling you right now, it's just gonna be this. It's just gonna be back and forth and back and forth. I'm not
I,
getting. I'm not getting crazy. I'm not trying to be reinventing the wheel here. But now we need to
now,
decide colors.
yes, and then in addition to colors, there was one temperature blanket that I had seen, and I'm gonna have to see if I can find it again because I was doing something on my phone. Somebody called. I knocked, and then I wasn't there. On special days, like birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of stuff, she used a special color yarn that wasn't in her temperature blanket range, just so you could kind of like at a glance pick out those days. I
Oh,
thought that was really neat, you know,
that is neat.
because especially for me, like our anniversary is on like February 4th.
So like each. Wow, are you sure, Heather?
Not each month, but for me, what I would probably do, because at a glance it would be easy for me to tell, because my anniversary is on February 4th. My birthday is on May 26th. And the day that Jeremy and I started dating is October 2nd. So for me, that would kind of like, I could split those up, like, so
Track the year.
right. For you, it's going to be a little bit closer. And there's not even is there going to be a February 29th? This year's not leap year coming up, is
No,
it? I
it's
think,
not a leap year.
yeah.
I
So,
don't have to do a darn thing.
although according to 30 Rock, have you watched that episode yet?
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'll try to watch it today. Today's gonna be a long day for me, so
Yeah, like
hopefully I can fit it
I,
in.
I tease Nicole because my husband really likes
Is
30
it
Rock.
Netflix or
And
Hulu?
what?
Netflix or Hulu?
Mm, 30 Rock is on Hulu right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so uh, it's called Leap Day. And according to everyone in 30 Rock during this thing, well, the premise is like where Liz grew up, they didn't celebrate Leap Day. And like Leap Day was like, is really big, like all these other places. And like Leap Day, some guy, I can't remember what his name is, but they like all the stuff like, oh, what happens on February 29th doesn't count because it doesn't happen like every year. And so I like to tease it.
That's my anniversary.
Yeah, that's it.
Leap
I,
day.
I also have a couple other people I know that got married on February 29th, so I can tease them too. So it's not just you; it's anyone that's married on that day.
I know, I know. But
So
when I did it, everybody was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, really."
yeah, we just got married on the first available day that we could get married after we applied for our marriage license. So it wasn't the special day that I picked out. It was just we graduated from boot camp, so we went. And so yeah, so our colors, Nicole had a very amazing idea for color, like picking the same color scheme and why.
Hmm. Um, I want us to pick the same color scheme, even if we do a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even if we go, the blue, purple is like the coldest colors, and red is
Yeah.
like the hot. Because I want to be able to show the difference between the temperatures and where we are.
So we will actually I like a rainbow, but I think I would like more like fally, earthy tone rainbow,
Mhm.
because that's like how I mean, it's my kind of, like these kind of colors, like
Mhm.
those tones, opposed to like primary rainbow. Like I love primary rainbow, but I don't want to really decorate my house with primary rainbow.
But
Um,
Heather,
right. And I do have rainbowy things, but my rainbows are like they're all sorts all over the place. So I think, or like heathered colors, I like those too. Like just they're worse, like not
so
straight up.
so we need to pick a palette, and then you're going to do squares. I will have to decide how many stitches I want to cast on for mine, and I
Well,
will
if you're going to do corner to
probably
corner, you don't have to worry about that.
what?
if you're going to do a corner to corner blanket, you don't have to worry about that. You're
This is
casting
true.
on,
This is
and then
true.
you will need to decide how wide you want your blanket to be. So you're going to
Yes.
probably have to you're going to have to math a little bit or find a corner to corner blanket, because you're going to have to figure out how many rows that you're going to do. Like, I'm doing a square a day. It's not going to be super big. I'm still going to have to math to figure out, because mine's also going to be put together like through the corner, because I'm going to join as you go. So I'm
So
going to have to figure out. So it's,
I thought, I did have a thought that I
okay.
could do it, do squares along with you
Okay.
and just do mitered squares.
That's a great idea. Because then the other thing that we could do is, because remember, we've talked about this before, and people always find this very fascinating, because I am going to crochet mine. That's what I'm going to do. I like knitting big things or socks. I enjoy some knitted blankets, but anyways. So we can actually, at the end, compare how many, because we're using Nicole and I are going to use the exact same supplies. The only difference is going to be I'm crocheting mine and she's going to be knitting hers. So if you do mitered squares, you can also join as you go, so you'll have a finished object when you're done.
Yep.
And it'll look exactly the same, because we can make the same size squares. But, so that means I get to do the math for us. But you'll see how many more skeins of yarn I will have used than you used for the same project.
Right. Versus.
And I think that would be a really good comparison too, just to compare like knitting and crocheting. Because quite honestly, I think that if I love to knit. I love knitting. Don't get me wrong. Love knitting. There are some things that I will never crochet, like socks. I don't care. Crocheted socks are not good. Like, show me. If you have crocheted some socks, you show me. Send it to me.
We're open to seeing them. We really
exactly.
are.
I'm not saying no, but I'm going to say,
probably not.
Probably not.
And Nikki can barely knit a sock. So.
But I love knitted socks. I love knitted items. I don't. But
do you know?
What's that?
I was going to say, we're just, because we mentioned socks. Do you know that I have never worn a pair of hand knit socks?
They're all not created equal. I've made my own socks. Like, you would think that worsted weight socks would be a great idea, but you feel the curl bumps like badly. You really want a tight gauge, so it's a really tight fabric.
Right. Okay, so
delicious. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I want all hand knit socks.
The thing that we're gonna do between now and at least January 1st is we are gonna pick our palette. We're gonna have our palette picked, and then we're gonna commit to. I'm either gonna commit to stripes or squares, right. And we're gonna pick our yarn thickness. I think worsted is good.
I think worsted is fine. Worsted or DK, either one of those two. But we want to make sure that it's also affordable for anyone else who would like to join us.
Exactly. So we are considering the more affordable brands like Lion Brand.
I love Lion Brand yarn. If I'm going to do anything, the class I'm teaching, in my crochet class I'm teaching in January, that cowl, the One Stitch Wonder, also on my website. It's got much darker in here. The sun is definitely going. It's on the other side of the island right now.
It's getting brighter here.
Yeah, you get my sun. So the gosh, my brain just seized up.
It's
because of the cowls, I use the Lion Brand Thick and Quick Woolies. I love that stuff.
Yes.
I would like the yarn to have some natural fiber to it, like not all acrylic. And the only reason being is I have a hard time knitting with 100% acrylic yarn. I conduct a lot of electricity, and I shock myself and others.
So, have you seen? I'll try to pick up a skein of it. Oddly enough, my Drug Mart-esque store, which is they call a mall. It's not a mall. They carry Lion Brand yarn. Okay. And they carry some of the types that have. Ooh, I thought I was getting kicked out of my jail. So, and they have the ones that say touch of merino or touch of cotton.
I saw those on the Lion Brand website. And if you don't sign up, if you're not signed up for Lion Brand's you're not signing up for Lion Brand's newsletter, definitely should, because they
But
have
use an email
sales.
address that you don't want, that you don't mind
Yeah,
paying
they send a
for.
lot of stuff,
We
but
like
they
that.
have some serious sales where they are giving some stuff. I mean, like not giving it away, but they do great sales there, and then they highlight stuff, and so you can always, or just check it out because you can get that too. But
And they have fairly fast shipping because I have ordered from there, and the shipping is fairly quick.
you did tell me that. I have never ordered from their website. I've ordered Lion Brand yarn through Walmart.com. And what's nice at Walmart.com, if you get you get like this, or at least this was a few years ago. Essentially, if you bought it in lots of 6, which is how they come packaged, so they don't even have to open up the bag,
Mm-hmm.
thick and quick. Anyways, I essentially got like it was a discounted rate, and it was essentially I was getting like five skeins get a skein free.
I will have to look and see because it was
Well,
several years ago that I did it,
we
but it wasn't Lion Brand.
we have 3 podcasts this month, so this one and then 2 more. So we will definitely be talking
We'll be
about
talking
this.
a lot about this.
So we will definitely have resources for you. And I believe that Nicole created a Stitching the Miles Together page for us.
Yes.
So we can probably
Heather's
post a lot of
got
this
to put our
information.
background image on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I looked at, we'll talk about that later.
You know what? I did. I know what you're going to ask, and
yeah.
no, I didn't.
Okay. So
don't go there yet. We'll put it in the
we'll put that in the show notes when that's available, but we'll definitely have stuff there because if you guys would like to join us, I think it would also be neat to see what the weather's like everywhere, kind of all over the country, because we've like decided that we're going to use our phone weather app personally for each one, so we get the consistent every day, like
Yep.
And I would pick what time of day. Are you going to do it like you're going to write it down before you go to bed? When you're going to get up, make sure that you.
Yep.
And then you can utilize a planner, so you don't have to necessarily start on January 1st, but you can start writing stuff down. Or a spreadsheet. Look at that. Nicole can hook you up with 10% off of a passion planner.
A passion planner, yeah, and they're having some amazing Cyber Week.
They're pretty good.
They are having some really awesome sales.
Leslie said she'd like to make her granny sweater bundles. So she's excited about that. Oh, and if you guys,
ooh, yeah,
5.5 inches of my hair cut off.
When Brianna was here, she cut my hair for me.
I didn't cut it though. This is where
and she was a little she's a little put out because she thought the only reason I was excited she was home was to cut my hair. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bonus, but it was not the only reason. I was, looking forward to her coming to visit. And she'll tell you differently. She's lying. Don't listen to her.
She gets grumpy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Brianna, I called you grumpy. If you watched 58 minutes in, I called you grumpy. It's all good.
I'll just tell her to fast forward to the 58 minutes.
We talked about you.
58 minute mark. I talked about you on the podcast.
So yeah.
58-minute mark.
So talking about the planned crafting, because I have other crafts that I do, and I don't always get to fit them in because I get a little obsessive about Nicole can diversify, and like she can play her Sims and play the game, and I'm like I just have to touch yarn, so I need to like have that planned spontaneity
time.
Yeah, I need to schedule like my time where I don't have to be productive, because another one of my quirks with my autism. So I like to have, when I cross stitch, I did what was a rotation. So each week I worked on a certain project, so that helped me to kind of spur me along. And then it was almost like, how much can I get done this week? So what I'm going to do for 2023, and I'm not going to start this on day 1 of 2023, it's just going to work itself in organically, is I'm going to have like planned rotations. Like these days I can work on these projects. Like I normally have a travel project that I take with me to work, and then that varies. So I'll have a list of things that I can do. It's not going to be, but I want to get back into like some of my cross stitching. Not like I don't need to do it all the time, but I would like to do cross stitching. So, maybe on Tuesdays I'm going to like slot in some time to cross stitch. Like this is my time to do that. And this is where my passion planners, that I got the undated ones. So that means that the passion planners I bought like last year or whatever, it's great because I can use those now and I can look back to see what I tried to do.
Mhm.
And then I think I was just
You can
overcome.
adjust.
I can adjust. Yeah,
Yeah,
you get some
you got
stickers
the
and things.
undated weekly and the undated daily, didn't you?
Yes. And I got like the journal. I got like I got a lot. But as like today, I am so glad that I messaged Nicole. Like that like I said, I'm feeling so much better. I'm more organized. I'm not like my brain fog is not here anymore. I'm still squirrely a lot where I just get distracted easy. But I was like super excited for the podcast. And she's like, oh, it's Thursday, isn't it? Crap, it's podcast day. I'm not prepared. So we prayed and look, she's in a jail cell or, the library, whatever, like she was like, please pray that I get into a room because.
Otherwise, I'll be
So
going to my car, and it's about 20 degrees outside.
it's like colder than that here. So it's actually colder here. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it's not
that's
going as
nice.
fast. It kind of got, I was like, ooh, like that noise in the background is Nicole's fan because she's in the room because she was like, oh my goodness, she's like, I'm not driving all the way home. She lives a half hour away. I'm like, please don't drive home. Like we can totally podcast from wherever. It's all good. We got
Yeah,
this.
doesn't. I'm not going home. I have to be here until 8 o'clock tonight. Not in the library. Nobody's holding me against my will. Except for this room.
You just said you weren't in jail.
Was in jail. But no, I have to be in town um, for about every time one of those librarians walk by. I think they're coming to kick me out.
Yeah, she may get a tap 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 and you need to leave now. We don't know. Well, you've been in the room now for about an hour and 15 minutes because you did let me know when you got in. So you're
Yes.
so
Yes, we did.
so do other people use like a rotation like this? Like for me, I think that's going to help to keep me accountable and to help the projects flow and to maybe not start as many things. Like I am going to give myself every so often of like if I haven't finished a project, like a day where I can cast on because I really just like knitting and crocheting. It helps me. You know what I don't do anymore is I don't count everything around me.
You don't count what?
Everything around me. That's just something that I would do. Like I could tell you how many holes were in the ceiling. I could tell you how many like I just part of the
Oh,
autism. Like
computer.
so yeah. So I get my counting fulfillment out of the way with knitting and crocheting.
Okay. So here, okay. I thought about it, and I think, and I know you thought that I didn't understand.
I was really tired. We were
You were really tired, and
I was I'm like I'm
you were starting to get a little belligerent with me
I was
about
frustrated.
it. You were really starting to get belligerent, and I was like, "Lady, I'm trying to help you." So,
Like Cuba Gooding. Help me to help you.
Heather pulled a little bit of a Karen. You know what? That's fine. I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, Heather, I really do understand it. So when I sent you show notes, I hope that I conveyed that well enough that I
You really
understood.
did. You did. Like you expanded upon it. And I think because you were starting with like I think you were starting with how your thought process worked out here. And I'm like, I don't know, that's not what I want. I don't want to organize things. No, because I was not letting her finish because I was very tired and done talking. But
Mhm. She was, yeah.
I was
But
done.
so once I wrote it down and I sent it to you, I was like, yeah, I definitely knew what you were trying to say the day before. And then I wrote it down. I sent it to, or I had it wrote down in my notebook. I was making notes, and you couldn't see me making notes, so I was writing all kinds of. You know what?
I've got them right here. I've got all your notes.
No, no. This is where we are. Huh?
Oh, you're licking your finger. Oh,
I know that grosses
you
you
lick your
out.
finger when you count your money too?
No,
Because
no,
nobody wants your spit money.
no. Because I ended up getting. I stopped doing that like in high school because at I worked at Carlton Cards
Okay.
in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I ended up getting something called fifth disease, which it looked like I was slapped.
Mm-hmm.
And I either got it from working there with money or I got it from the daycare center, which I always also worked at. So I had two jobs. So So,
You probably got it from the daycare because it's very prevalent among children and in daycares. But you could have got it from money because it's highly contagious. And if you're licking your finger while you're counting things, I just can't tell you how many times I tell people, you know, why are you doing that? And they're like, oh, so I'm like, I don't want your spit money. I'm like, oh, this isn't spit money. I'm like, really? What did
no,
you just put on your, like, oh, that's saliva. Okay, I don't want saliva money either.
Okay, so you're lucky I did not make the notes in this planner.
I know you didn't because she was all, it's Thursday. Oh crap, I didn't bring the right planner. So like, there's a downfall to having many planners, and it's because when you planned out your life and then she's saying no. She's like shaking her head, no.
Different planners have different jobs.
So,
everybody knows this.
I think that I'm like, I'm dying.
You think what?
I need light. It's like dying here. Let me just turn on my flashlight.
Did somebody message you or are they messaging me? Because I just heard like my messenger go off. Oh, you messaged me.
I did.
Oh, I was like, well, who's messaging me? Don't they know I'm in the middle of this?
I did not message them. Did I accidentally message you? Did I butt message you?
I have a sheep.
Oh, I have our conversation open because that's where the show notes are. And when I flipped over to turn on the flashlight to give me more light.
Yes. So. See, look, right here.
Because I have a habit of giving Nicole like notes, like, like she wakes up to show notes the day of. And so we decided a while ago, it's not scripted, but we kind of have what we need to talk about.
We have one more thing we still have to talk about. Are we going to get to that today?
Well, it was just a real quick one. That was.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just throw it out there now. We have been talking about doing book club for a long time, like for a couple years now. And so I told Nicole that if people were still interested in the book club, because we now have the Facebook group.
Yes.
Which would have the Facebook, then we can have a private area, but there's going to be like some things going, and we're going to have like the sit and stitches and stuff like that this year. So yes. I propose that we could do book club because I need to read more fiction in my life. I read a lot of crazy things, mostly medical journals. So I propose that Nicole could pick the books and we do one book like a quarter.
You want me to pick the books?
You don't have to, but I told you on the phone, I said, you could pick the books. And you're like, that's when you were like, okay. Like when I told her it was one book and I said, it could be nobody's interested in doing the book club. And that's totally fine too. But if you're interested in doing the book club, we don't have to, we can just,
Okay. I like this method is we toss out a couple of options and then we vote.
That sounds like a good plan.
It's very democratic. Unlike our government. That's what I'm going to say. Because I'm in a jail cell right now.
So if you are interested in book club, this will definitely be something that's on the, you can leave a comment below here on YouTube. Or on Facebook here on YouTube. Because if you're on YouTube, you're like, what do you mean here or YouTube? So on Facebook or YouTube. Shoot us a message, and maybe we'll create a form. I know we had some responses to the form, maybe like one response to the form. So yeah, we're definitely going to try because then one of our sit and stitches that we do during the month, like during that time, could be talking about the book,
Right. There was something else I wanted to throw out as an option. We could also. I don't want to throw in too many social networks, but I really like Goodreads.
Yeah, I think that's fine because we could all be friends. A lot of people have accounts on Goodreads, so I know I do, and I get it's nice to get notifications about what your friends are reading, and that's how I get some book recommendations. But I honestly haven't. I have 3 books from the library, and I'm never motivated to read them because my library is a no-fee library, so they just renew.
So is mine.
They just renew the book.
Mine went to that during COVID.
Yeah, ours has always been that way because they just renew the books for us because we're in a small town. Like I told Karen, the head librarian, that I was coming over to get I'm going to come over and I'm going to come get my book. And she's like, okay. And I got there and they had checked it out for me.
Yeah.
Like They're, you know, a lot of times she's like, or I'll put my pile of books up there, and so
Okay, so Goodreads is a it's a contender. Leslie
okay.
has Goodreads, likes the idea of voting for book club. Here, here's what I'm going to say. If you're here and you're watching and you're not talking, I don't want to hear about what you, if you're lurking and you're not
There's only one
talking,
person
I don't want
watching.
to hear
It's
about it.
Leslie. She's not lurking. She's very active. I can.
No, exactly. So you need to weigh in. You need to, this is how democracy works.
Oh yeah. So if you've watched, yeah. So if you've watched, she just definitely wants to like have.
Don't just stand there. Don't just sit there.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah. So
Gonna get
we'll
on her
definitely
soapbox.
talk about this more. We'll have like a poll going on somewhere or something. But if you make a comment below, Leslie has put her vote in. She's good on the book club, and she has a Goodreads account, so we try that.
And then on the Facebook page, that's mostly done.
Yeah, cool. I think that might be all.
I think that is.
If you are doing any kind of holiday knitting, please feel free to like. I know I'm not. I have a baby blanket started from up, and then I have things going, or they're going to be going. But my focus right now is to get the couple things out that can be holiday stuff. So I'm so excited about this.
Did I? I don't remember if I told you, and we'll probably take this off so you guys will have. So somebody will have to come back in 2 weeks and watch the next one so you can find out what happened. We're just going to be like General Hospital from here on out. You miss a day, you miss a lot. Did I tell you about my winter lights shawl?
No.
Okay. I was halfway through my bobbles and I made a mistake.
I think you might have. Look, I blocked it out of my memory.
And now I am almost bobbleless.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I do remember that. You were not looking forward to. You were not looking.
I think I figured out how I'm going to fix it. I'm not going to like it, but I think I figured out how I'm going to fix it.
Nice.
And I'm, like I said, I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it at all. But yeah, so I have winter lights with me actually today.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a long day. I'm hoping that I can just sit somewhere warm, like Mr. Library, and this evening and just start the process and cry. I just want to weep in private. That's really what I want to be able to do this evening. I just need to cry in private. Nobody likes public crying.
This is true. But I think like, why are you holding a flashlight to your face? Because it is dark here now. So the lights are all behind me. I'd have to shift everything around.
We may have to bump it up an hour.
No.
Heather's like, no.
I can't.
Just remember to turn more lights on.
No, I have studio lighting. It's just at the other place right now. So the problem is that I'm in between two places. And so next time I'll have the tripod mount. Like we'll have like a lot of things different for next time. But like
I don't know, I might still be stuck in jail.
You could be in jail, but I will have my table. I will have I'm legit it's a weird. You'd be sad.
There's going to be totally profesh when we come back in 2 weeks.
No, not all the way. I'm getting there though, because I have like I said, there's so many things that are going to happen in 2023 that I'm really excited for, that I've been working at for like the last 3 years. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them decades, but really I've really zoned in the last 3 years specifically.
That's because I think that's because I'm also getting my shit together.
It does help. Rising tide lifts all the ships. Our tides are rising, Nicole. Well, I think that it takes years. You just don't snap your fingers like that. I'm glad that it didn't happen like that. You have to work at things. It doesn't seem like it's been 3 years. I mean, sometimes it does. It feels like forever, but then other times it's so, I think that it's all relative. It is what it is.
When I'm sitting in therapy, it feels like it's been 3 years.
Now, I like that sweater on you. I love that sweater on you. It's just so simple and nice store bought, isn't it? Right? Like that was a good
This
thrift.
one is. This one
What?
is.
Yeah.
They both are. But I just got this one.
Okay.
Not too long ago. The top one.
Oh, I think you sent me fashion show.
Oh yeah. And it
So
has
maybe I've seen it
pockets.
before. So yeah, but it's love it. And actually, there is a pattern that I have in my queue that I want to make that's similar to that. So it's kind of funny. So I really love that sweater. And this is actually a Target Cat and Jack brand because but this is the love. This is the Love Note cowl that's designed by the Cozy Cottage Crochet. So if you're looking for a cute gift,
Sorry, but I am looking because I do have a cowl with me, and I thought I was actually wearing it a little while ago.
you probably got one around.
It's my principal cowl.
That's right, because I haven't seen it since it's like,
Oh, my fan is really angry.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here. So
that's the only thing that's getting hot in here.
Well, you know.
My butt gets warm. I'll just like shut the lid and sit on it for a minute. And,
all right.
And yesterday I was there. That's the point I was at. It was so cold in the library. It was bad. Hear that? Turn up the heat.
All right. Turn up the lights because it is dark. All right. Yeah. So tune in on December 15th for the next live show. We're going to be on the Heather Spins Yarn Facebook page like we are. You can catch, if you're catching this replay on YouTube, you can look for that replay a couple days after that. Does this count as my first day of Vlogmas if I download it and upload it to YouTube like today? So I am participating in Vlogmas, which is 25 days of doing vlogs on YouTube. I think this is going to count as day number 1, but I maybe just a little short to send people over to switching the mouse. Ooh, there you go.
What's
today's December 1st, and 2 weeks from today, December 15th. It's 2 weeks, isn't it, or December 14th?
You're right. The 15th.
Okay.
We do podcasts when I go to the therapist. Is that like coincidental or?
I think I don't know. We switched around a little bit, but I don't know. Okay. So if you are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and turn on those notifications. And you can also turn on your notifications for us on Instagram and Facebook so you will know when we're going live because we will talk about it specifically the day of when we realize we haven't talked about it for the 2 weeks preceding. Make sure to follow Know It All Nikki and Heather Spins Yarn. I just clicked on Heather today, but whatever. And if you have any comments or questions, please let us know. And if you have any ideas for what you want, like your temperature blanket to look like, let us know.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to get that discussion going over on the page. So Heather needs to make that background image.
Heather has the background image. Just send it to her.
Okay. We're gonna go. I have text messages from both sons, 2 of 3.
My bladder is saying, "Hey, you drank a couple cups of coffee. I need to go visit the bathroom now." So thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Exactly. Bye.